Hi, I'm Navneet Kaur from RSG Inspection Service Limited. We are an independent third-party inspection and audit firm. In this video, I'll take you through an overview on forced labor. As per ILO Convention 29, forced labor means all work or service which is exacted from any person under the menace of any penalty and for which the said person has not offered himself voluntarily. This definition has three key elements: work or service. It involves any type of work or service regardless of the industry or nature of the job. Menace of any penalty. There is some form of threat or coercion which can range from physical violence to more subtle threats such as loss of rights or privileges. Involuntariness. The person has not given their free and informed consent to perform the work or service; they are being compelled against their will. So, based on what I explained a while ago, I can say that all work or service that is not performed voluntarily and is exacted under threat of any penalty or coercion will be considered forced labor. Therefore, all establishments and facilities must prohibit the use of forced labor in any form. Key aspects of this prohibition include no involuntary work. Workers must be employed on a voluntary basis, meaning they are free to leave their employment after giving a reasonable notice without penalty. No bonded labor. The establishment and facilities should explicitly prohibit the use of bonded labor, where workers are forced to work to pay off a debt and the debt conditions make it difficult or impossible for the worker to repay. No human trafficking. All establishment and facilities must prohibit trafficking in persons, where workers are recruited or transported through force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of exploitation. Please note that the element of human trafficking according to United Nations are the act, the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring or receipt of people. The means, the use of force, threat, coercion, abduction, fraud, deception, abuse of power or vulnerability, or giving payments or benefits to a person in control of the victim. The purpose, the exploitation of the victim for profit, such as through sexual exploitation, forced labor, slavery, or similar practices. No coercion or threats. Any form of coercion, including physical violence, psychological pressure, or threats, is strictly prohibited. Retention of identity papers. This standard prohibits the confiscation or withholding of identity documents like passport or work permits by the employer, which could be used to restrict the freedom of movement of workers. No withholding of wages. Employers must not withhold wages as a means of forcing workers to stay in their jobs or as a form of punishment. Freedom to leave the workplace. Workers should be free to leave the workplace and the accommodation provided by the employer at any time without unjustified condition. Meanwhile, the ILO Convention 105 focuses on the elimination of forced labor and seeks to ensure the protection of workers from exploitation and coercion, emphasizing the importance of freedom, dignity, and security in employment. It reinforced the fundamental human right to work freely and voluntarily, without fear of punishment or coercion. Having explained the overview of elimination of forced labor, let us see key points of the ILO Convention 105. Prohibition of forced labor. The convention prohibits the use of any form of forced or compulsory labor as means of political coercion or education, or as a punishment for holding or expressing political views, economic development purposes, as a form of labor discipline, punishment for participation in strikes, discrimination based on race, social, national, or religious ground. Obligations of ratifying countries. Countries that ratify the convention agree to eliminate and not make use of any form of forced or compulsory labor for the aforementioned purposes. Monitoring and reporting. Ratifying countries are required to report regularly to the ILO on the measures they have taken to abolish forced labor. I hope you find this video informative and useful. To check your own knowledge and understanding on this subject, review questions on the screen and provide answers in the comment box. If you like the video, please subscribe for the upcoming videos on social compliance subject. Thank you.